Hello everyone. So in this video we are going to discuss a problem, maximum sum subarray of size k. Now let's move ahead and see what this problem is and how to solve this. So here in this problem we are given an array of integers like this and we are given a value of k which is an integer value. Now this k value you can treat it as a sliding window of size k. Now this sliding window is moving from very left of the array to very right and it is moving 1 position in this direction. So at the start if the value of k is 3, it means the sliding window is taking in first 3 elements and these 3 elements also form a subarray of size k. Now our task is to find maximum sum of any contiguous subarray of size k. Now contiguous means that the elements should be next to each other and we need to take a subarray of size k only. We need to evaluate their sum and whichever subarray has the maximum sum, we need to return that sum. So let's say if we are given with this input array and sliding window is of size k which is 3. So our output would be 16. Now how this 16 came is, let's say our first contiguous subarray of size k is from 0 index to second index. So it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. From 0 to 2 we have a window of size k. This is our subarray and the elements are contiguous to each other. Now if we take the sum of these 3 elements, we will get a value 12. Now after that what we do is, we move the sliding window to right by 1 position. So 2 goes out of the sliding window and 5 comes into the sliding window. So now our 3 elements are this, 7, 3 and 5. If we do the sum of these 3 elements, we get the sum as 15. Then we move the sliding window ahead by 1 position. So 7 goes out of the sliding window and 8 comes into the sliding window. So now this is our sliding window. If we do sum of these 3 elements, we get sum as 16. And at the end, the sliding window moves by 1 position and reaches to the end of the array, and this is our sliding window. If we do sum of the 3 elements, the sum is 14. So here you can see we had 6 elements, and if our sliding window is of size 3, we saw there were 4 subarrays of size 3, from 0 to 2, from 1 to 3, from 2 to 4 and from 3 to 5, and their sums are 12, 15, 16 and 14. So among these 4 sums, 16 is the max. So our answer should be 16. It means we are telling that we have found one subarray having 3 elements 3, 5 and 8. If we do their sum, we get a maximum sum of 16. And here window size is whatever the value of k. So friends, now let's move ahead and see that how we can solve this problem. So let's suppose we take this array and value of k is 3. It means the sliding window size is 3, and it also means that at a time we can only see 3 elements in the array. And for those 3 elements we do their sum and we keep on doing their sum for all the sliding windows, and whichever sum is the maximum, we simply return that sum. Now here you can see one way to solve this problem is, let's say we take a for loop and inside that we take another for loop. So the outer for loop, let's say it's point to 0 index, and the inner for loop will take 3 elements because value of k is 3. So it takes 2, 7 and 3 and do their sum. So let's say j goes from 0 to 2 and do their sum. So we get a value as 12. Now after evaluating the first window, I will simply travel to this index and j will take the next 3 elements. So this, this and this. If we do their sum, we get 15. And similarly it keeps on going till I reaches here for the last window and do the sum. And as we are evaluating the sum for each window like this, we compare that which is the maximum sum, and at the end we simply return that sum. So for 3, 5 and 8, this window, the sum would be maximum, which is 16. So if we solve the algorithm using 2 for loops, this problem is very easy to solve. So this solution is roughly time complexity of O into N into K. Because we are traversing the array and each time we are taking K elements. So the time complexity is O of Nk. So this time complexity is not efficient. We need to solve this problem in better time complexity. Let's say of O of N. So if I remove everything. So here with this approach, I was here and then we picked 3 elements, did their sum, and then we moved I here and we then picked the 3 elements. So here if you see that for the first sliding window, 7 and 3 were part of the sum. For next sliding window, this sliding window, 7 and 3 were part of the sum again, and only 5 was included and 2 was excluded. So we did the sum again for these 2 elements, and similarly for the second window, we took the sum of 7, 3 and 5 like this. But when we went to the third window, we again took the sum of 3, 5. So this much part we are doing the sum again in the for loop. So this is actually increasing our time complexity. Now how to solve this problem in a better time complexity is, here you can see what we do is, as we need to take the sub array and it should be of size k. So for the first window, we take the sum directly. We simply add 2, 7 and 3 and we get sum as 12. So this is our first window where we do the sum directly. Now what happens is, we shift the window to right by 1 position because we need to take now the next sub array from index 1 to 3. So when we do this shifting, what happens is, the window in blue becomes our new window and the window in yellow was our old window. But here you can see in both this window, 7 and 3 were included in the sum. So let's say if we do 2 plus 7 plus 3, we get 12. And then we shift the window ahead, we do 7 plus 3 plus 5 and we get sum as 15. So here you can see with this nested for loops, we were evaluating this sum again, which was in the middle of both the windows. Now if we stop calculating this sum again and again, we will get a better time complexity. Here you can see when window was here, we did a normal sum because we need at least k size window. So at the start we are doing the sum normally, 2 plus 7 plus 3, we got 12. Now when this window shifted ahead for the next sum, here you can see 2 goes out of the window. So if you see the blue window, 2 went out of the window and 5 comes into the window. So 5 comes into the blue area and 2 went out of the blue area because our current window is from index 1 to 3 of size k. Now here you can see we know the sum of first 3 elements, which is 12. Now as we are moving window ahead, 2 goes out of the window. We know that sum is 12 and if we do minus 2, our sum will be 10, which is the sum of these 2 elements. And if we add only 5 to it, we get 15, which is the sum of our next 3 elements, which is in the blue area. So using this property will reduce the time complexity of the algorithm. So now what we do is, we simply perform 3 steps. First, we take sum of first k elements, which is 2 plus 7 plus 3. So let's say it gives value as 12. Now as we are shifting the window to the next element so that we can evaluate the next window sum, what we do is, we don't have to recalculate 7 plus 3 plus 5. What we can do is, we already know 7 plus 3 is already in the sum, in the 12. We just subtract the element going out of the sliding window. So the element which is going out of the sliding window is 2. So we are subtracting 2 to get the sum of the remaining elements in the previous window, which is 7 plus 3, which is 10. And the third step is, as 5 is getting into the window, here we simply add the new element coming in the sliding window. So we are simply adding 5, which is our new element, to 10 to get 15. So if you see 7 plus 3 plus 5 will give 15, which is the sum of our next window, which starts from 1 to 3. And similarly, this window goes on like this. One element goes out of the window and new element comes into the window. So the element which is going out of the window we simply subtract from the sum, and the new element which is coming into the window we simply add that. We also compare 12 with 15, then with 16, then with 14, and at the end we will figure out that 16 is the maximum sum in the sub-array of size k. So this would be our answer. And also friends, here you can see the value of k is 3, which is very small. So here you can see these are only 2 elements coming. Let's say value is k is 100. So if one element goes out of the stack, we don't have to calculate the 99 elements sum again and again. We can simply subtract one element and add another element, and we will get the sum of the next 100 elements. So this makes our algorithm efficient. Now let's move ahead and see the demonstration of this algorithm step by step. So before we start, if you want to master data structures and algorithm, then you can subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon so that you never miss any update. So here is the algorithm. The method name is max subarray sum, which takes in the array and a value k, which is the size of our window. So this is our array and value of k is 3. It means we are taking a sliding window of size 3. As we want to evaluate the maximum sum in a subarray of size k, we create an integer variable maxSum because we need to return an integer value from this method. So here at the end we will return the maxSum. So we initialize a variable maxSum with 0. Then we create a variable windowSum. So as we want to take the sum of sliding window of size k, so let's say this is a sliding window of size k. So for these 3 elements, whatever their sum will be, we store in the window sum. And similarly for the next window sum, we store in the window sum. So we create a variable window sum having value 0 at the start. Now we create an integer value start, which will start from the 0 index. So this value is basically an index value like this, that the initial value is 0 for start variable. We will see its significance later, that why we have created this start. And now we provide a for loop, and inside this for loop we will do the window sum. We'll compare the window sum of different windows of size k, and whichever is the maximum sum we simply evaluate here. So what we do is we take an integer variable end, we initialize it with 0, and this end will go till array.length. So array.length will be 6. So end will go till the last index, which is 5th index. So here end will start from the 0 index. So in our previous slide we discussed the 3 steps. The first step is we simply take the sum of first k elements. Because the first window is of size k, so at the start we need to include the first k elements so that we can get a sum. So here you can see the first window of size k will go from index 0 to 2. So it means for this window we will straight away calculate the sum, because we need to return the maximum sum of a subarray of size k. So we need at least k elements to evaluate the sum and then compare with the next windows. So this if condition, if you see here, will help us achieving that. So value of end, which is 0, is less than 6. So this condition comes out to be true. Now to our window sum, as we need to evaluate the sum of first 3 elements, this will get stored in the window sum because this is our first window. So what we do is, to window sum we add array of end, which is the first element, which is 2. So here initially the value of window sum is 0, plus we are doing array of end, which is 2. We are adding the first element and assigning it to window sum. So window sum will become 2 like this. And here you can see that we need to evaluate the sum of first k elements. So this condition, if AND is greater than or equal to k minus 1, it means we are saying k minus 1 is 2 because value of k is 3. If AND is equal to 2 or greater than 2, then this if condition will come out to be true. So at the start, value of AND is 0. So 0 is not greater than 2 or equal to 2. So it means this if condition comes out to be false and this if block won't get executed. So here you can see if AND comes to index 2 here. At that moment 2 will be, this condition will come out to be true. So it means when AND has reached here, we have evaluated the sum of first k elements already. Here we added the first element, then we will add 7 and then we will add 3. So at that moment AND will be at index 2. And when AND will reach here, then only our main algorithm will run. And then it will keep on running for every window. We will see that later. So currently this condition comes out to be false because 0 is not greater than equal to 2. We will increment AND. So AND comes to index 1. We take window sum 2. We add array of AND which is 7 and we will assign it back to window sum. So window sum will become 9. Now this is the sum of first two elements. We need at least first k elements to start comparing for the maximum sum. So this condition 1 is greater than equal to 2 still comes out to be false. We will increment AND. AND comes to index 2. We take window sum which is 9. We simply add 3 to it. So it becomes 12 like this. And now here you can see that our first sliding window is from index 0 to 2. It means we have taken the sum of first k elements which is 2 plus 7 plus 3 which is 12. And now here you can see AND is at index 2. So value of AND is 2. And it is greater than or equal to k minus 1 which is 3 minus 1 which is 2. So this condition comes out to be true. So now if block gets executed. So here as we have calculated the sum of first k elements, it means we know the sum of first sliding window of size k which is 12. At the start max sum is 0. So now what we do is we simply compare max sum and window sum, and which is the maximum between these two we simply assign to max sum. So here what we are doing is, as we have calculated the sum of first k element which is the first window, initially max sum is 0. So you can think of this condition is like we are doing if window sum is greater than max sum, then to max sum we are assigning window sum like this. So currently max sum is 0, window sum is 12. So window sum is greater than max sum. So this tells us that we need to discard this max sum and our new max sum will become 12. So max sum value will become 12 like this. So as we discussed in our previous slide, that after evaluating the sum of first k elements, this sliding window will shift ahead to get the sum of next k elements. So 2 will go out of the window and 5 will come into the window. So we also know that the second step we discussed that we need to subtract the element which goes out of the window. So here we are doing the same, and here you can see this start is actually helping us to know which is that first element of that window. We know that start we initialize with the 0 and end move till the index 2. So if you see, our window is from start to end having 3 elements. Now when this window will shift ahead, at whichever value start is pointing, that will go out of the sliding window, which means 2 will go out of the sliding window. So what we are doing is, we are not recalculating the sum now. So here now what we are doing is we are simply subtracting the element which is going out of the sliding window. So we are taking the window sum and we are simply subtracting the element which is at start index, which is 2. So our window sum will become 12 minus 2, which is 10, like this. And this window sum will have the sum of these two elements. So for the next window we don't have to calculate this window sum again. We can simply reuse that. So now as 2 went out of the sliding window, so for the next sliding window it will start from index 1. So we simply increment start. So start comes at index 1. We'll increment end. End comes to index 3, which suggests that now our new window will be from start to end, like this, which means these 3 elements. And we know that when we shifted this window here, 2 went out of the window and 5 came into the window. So here you can see 5 came into the window. So our third step was we add the element which comes in. So we are simply adding 5 to our previous evaluated window sum, which is 10. So it becomes 15. It means with just one sum, we now have the sum of these 3 elements. We didn't evaluate 7 plus 3 again. We just added 5 to our previous calculated sum, which give us 15. This condition comes out to be true because value of end is 3. 3 is greater than equal to 2. And here you can see our window sum is 15, max sum is 12. We simply compare these two values, and if window sum value is greater than max sum, we simply assign that value to max sum. So here we are taking these two values, which is 12 and 15, and whichever is the max among these two, we are assigning it to max sum, because we need to return the maximum sum of a sub-array of size k. So we just evaluated the sum of second sub-array of size k, and we simply compared it with the max sum. So we got 15 from this sub-array. So our max sum will become 15 from this statement, like this. And now after we did the sum of this sliding window from here to here, we know that now this sliding window will move ahead and 7 will go out of the sliding window, which is the element to which start is pointing. So this will go out of the window, and we know that we need to subtract the element which goes out of the sliding window, so that for the next sliding window we can evaluate the sum easily. So window sum is 15, we do minus 7, so it will give 8. And once 7 will go out of the sliding window, we know that now next sliding window will start from index 2, so we do start plus plus. So start will come at index 2. We will increment end. End comes to index 4, which means now our window will start from index 2 to 4, like this. Now here 7 was excluded from the sliding window and 8 was included in the sliding window, because this sliding window shifted by one position. So 3 and 5 remained there and 8 was included. We know that we need to add that value which comes in. So here we are doing the same thing. We are adding the value 8 into the previous calculated sum. So 8 plus 8 will give 16. This condition is true because 4 is greater than equal to 2. The max sum is 15 and this window has a sum of 16. 8 plus 5 plus 3 will give 16. We know that we have found one window whose sum is 16, which is greater than the previous max sum. So whichever value is greater among these two values, we simply assign to max sum. So max sum will become 16 now. We are done with this window. So now for the next window, 3 will go out of the sliding window and 1 will come into the sliding window. So if 3 is going out of the sliding window, we are taking the sum, which is 16, and we simply subtract 3. So it becomes 13. And as our new sliding window will start from index 3, we simply do start plus plus. So start comes at index 3. We'll increment end. End comes to index 5. It means now our sliding window is from index 3 to 5. This is our last sliding window. And 1 was added to this sliding window. So we simply do window sum, which is 13 plus 1, which gives 14. We assign this 14 back to window sum. So window sum will become 14. This condition is true because value of end, which is 5, is greater than equal to 2. Now our max sum is 16 and window sum is 14. So here you can see the max sum is 16, window sum is 14. So we already have a maximum value in max sum. So max sum will remain to the 16 only because 14 is less than max sum. And now for the next sliding window, we simply remove 5 from the sum. So it becomes 9. We do start plus plus because next window will start from index 4. But here you can see if we do end plus plus, so end will go out of the boundaries of this array, which also suggests that there is no window left of size k now. So therefore this for loop will terminate. And here you can see at the end we are returning the max sum as 16. So which is our answer? So which came from this subarray of size k, 3 plus 5 8, 8 plus 8 16. So friends, here you can see we used only one for loop and we evaluated the maximum sum of a subarray of size k. We need to keep these 3 steps in mind, that at the start we do the sum of first k elements, and then based on this condition we do our rest of the steps, that one element goes out of the window and one element comes into the window. So the element which goes out of the window, which is array of start, we subtract from the window sum, and in the next iteration of for loop, which is our next window, we simply add the element which just comes into the sliding window. And therefore this property helps us in evaluating the sum in a very efficient way. We don't have to recalculate the sum of every k elements. So friends, this was all about the problem. I hope you must have liked this video. In case if you are new to my channel, then please subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon so that you never miss any update. Thanks, have a nice day.